Hey, oh jeez. Hey guys, Comet here. Welcome to episode 2 in my Needy Duplicant series. In the last episode, I got some electrolyzers running here because oxygen was becoming a problem because of the mouth breather trait that all of my duplicants have. I also took on Mima and Higby to start making some food over here to make up for the bottomless stomach trait that all of the duplicants also have. But in this episode, I want to get into ranching, put in some pip ranches down here, and then take care of this hydrogen, because just letting it accumulate is not a sustainable solution. Alright, so I'm going to dig out some more space here to make room for the second ranch, and go ahead and unpause the game. Now, I know I talked a little bit about nature reserves in the last episode, but I think I'm just going to abandon that idea for now and really focus on stabilizing the colony. So I had to dig through here. This isn't going to be a nature reserve anymore. I'm probably going to dig through here. That's definitely not going to be a nature reserve. But Rowan just finished something here. Let's see. Okay, we have the incubator now. That means once we can start ranching, all of the eggs should hatch faster. But to power them, I'm going to need to run, the hydrogen generator here. Let's go into that, and then probably sound amplifiers, and do I have automation? No. I need to do this first. Now, to get the natural tiles in place, I want to get a tree right here. Skip 2, and then right here, and there. So it's 3 wild trees per one pip farm. Actually, it's slightly more than 3 if you have a fully saturated pip farm, but I only run my farms at 7. That way, if there is an egg in here, the latency between getting the egg out of the room doesn't cause any of them to be cramped. And so then I can get away with the 3 trees. It's a better ratio. But the way you make natural tiles, I just need a manual airlock, and then you seal it up on all the sides like that, except for the top. And then once it's deconstructed, you end up with a natural tile here. And I could have left in the natural tile that was already there, but then there would be debris on top of it. And it's easier just to do this than issue a sweep command. And we need to get Rowan started on something. So we finished automation. That is excellent. That way we'll have some way of controlling the hydrogen generator via the smart battery. So I'm going to go into advanced power regulation and then sound amplifiers. And hydrogen pressure is really starting to build up, so I'm going to need to make some more space here. Alright, and there is the better power generation. So I'll get in, I need 2 hydrogen generators, and I haven't built the rock crusher yet to get refined material, so I'm just going to stick in a couple of jumbo batteries here, and then I can manually control the power. Just by cutting the piping here to the generators. Okay, but this needs to be on a higher priority. This needs to get done now. Oxygen pressure is really thin. It's not quite making it all the way over to my cooks, so they have to keep gasping for air over here, which is screwing with their efficiency. Oh, and Joshua just got critter ranching. We are saved. Kind of. These aren't finished yet. So it'll come out to there. That should be 24 tiles on the inside, yeah. Alright. And now that these are in place, what I can do is deconstruct this, and that should form the natural tile, and then I'll get rid of the extra tiles around it. Start wrangling up these pips. Let's break in here and save this guy who's been trapped the entire game. Alright, now that this is on, I don't actually need these anymore, so I'm going to set them to 10 and 20, so just for some reason, if we actually run out of power, then they can start running. But I really just want to use up this hydrogen. New printable. Got 6 dupes. Food production is fine. We have a rancher, have a researcher, a builder, and a digger. I don't think I need any more. And it would probably be a mistake to take another one. I mean, I could do a doctor to get into some of the medical compounding stuff. I don't even have that yet. Where is that? Yeah, the apothecary. I could make tablets to cure food poisoning, but no one's actually infected with food poisoning right now, and since I'm cooking the mush fry on the electric grill, it sterilizes it. So I think I'm okay. What else is this offering? Shinebug eggs and curative tablets. I'll take the shinebug egg. That could turn into some more calories at the grill. Alright, and now that this battery is almost full, I'm going to snip that. Ooh, and I see another geyser right here. I don't have... Or, well, Stinky doesn't have super hard digging yet. So I can't break through Abyssalite, and I can't even dig out the obsidian that's blocking the geysers here and here. Oh, well that one failed. That one worked. I'll try it again. I don't think it works every time. Well, obviously it doesn't work every time. Okay, with these natural tiles in place, I'm going to deconstruct this and this, and then try and find a... There we go. I'm going to relocate this over to here, and then block off these 2 tiles. That way the pip is forced to plant it here, because you have to plant it right to left. And now, this tree, if it gets planted on this cycle, cycle 13, it won't actually start feeding the pips until cycle 31. It takes 18 cycles for a wild planted arbor tree to start growing branches at all. So it's really important to get this planted as soon as possible. Right, and I think that was the last research I needed here. Yeah, I have the smart battery now, and I have automation. I just don't have the refined metal to make it. So let's put in a rock crusher somewhere. Oh, sure, right there. Get that connected up. And I think I just saw, yep, there's the first one. Deconstruct that now. Second arbor acorn will get planted there. And we need to get one more into that area. Do we have any just lying around? There's one. Alright, and now let's enable eggshells forever. And let's just go ahead and crush up maybe 50 or so aluminum here. And we are out of calories. Guys, please. Let's maybe break in and grab this. And then we can go over there and grab that. I'm gonna extend this down to here. And then come over and grab that as well. Release some of this oxygen. It's getting a little thin. I'm also trying to make some more space up here for the hydrogen. Why are you running? You know what? Just... No. I can't have my duplicants spending time on that. I'm just going to deconstruct it. I think these check if any of the batteries are below the threshold. Even though these are above the threshold, because these are below, they're still going to run. Okay, Stinky just got super hard digging. We can get through Abyssalite now. That's actually not stopping me from getting to any of these geysers. I think I want him to finish these digging tasks first, and then I'll send him off towards some of the geysers. Because we really need a new water supply. This is starting to deplete. I've only got this one and this one left. And once we get down to just this one, and if I still haven't found a geyser by then we're in trouble. Because mush bars take quite a bit of water. 75 kilos. Alright, and that was actually the last arbor tree planted here, so I'm gonna relocate some of these pips down to here. Get them starting to plant. And then, now that I have this shine bug that's tamed, pause the game. That gets me closer to this... come on. That gets me closer to this critter whisperer. Nice. Tamed a shine bug, and that's permanent. Have that for the rest of the game now. So shine bug is done. Hatches will be next, and then possibly Drecos. But now that the shine bug is out of the way, I can go ahead and kill them all off. That way they don't keep my duplicants up anymore. And sure, fine. I guess I'll take the briar seed. And the pips aren't planting anything here because of these two plants. So I'm going to dig this out a little bit here, just to avoid any conflicts. Let's see, so I've got a decent amount of refined metal now. I can automate this. I'm gonna deconstruct one of these, and then go through and replace them one by one. Get some smart batteries instead. That way I don't have to keep babying this system. The automation will do it for me. And just like that, we ran out of power. So this is what I've been doing, just snipping and reattaching that pipe. And he planted mealwood. God, no, no. It's not what I wanted. I'm going to immediately relocate this here. Can I increase the priority? I can, look at that. Thank you, Mima. Now for the thresholds on this battery, I want to do 90 and 10, just to give us a little bit of buffer on both sides. Because I'm pretty sure the generator, once it receives the red signal, it has to finish its animation, which could put the battery over 100%. Now, I've noticed my calories have gone up quite a bit. I'm going to not enable that anymore. I don't want any of this food to spoil. I don't have any refrigerators or any large CO2 pockets. I could put some down here, but I'd rather just not have to store it and just consume it as soon as it's made. Have a perfect, well, almost perfect production to consumption. Because as long as it's balanced, you don't have to worry about preservation. Oh dear. Let's just mop the rest of that up and get another pump over here. And the plumbing can look something like that, I guess, is fine. Wiring, sure, yeah, I'm not too worried. It's all temporary anyway. Oh, what did I get now? Outdoor renovations. Oh dear. How are you guys so stupid? You know what? They're duplicants. I don't know why I bothered asking. Idleness. That is the bane of every base. Let's maybe clean up some of this piping. I don't need this wiring either. Someone has a skill point. Higby. Yes, better grilling. Research. Sure, let's get Rowan busy. I'm going to need the cycle sensor for the incubators, so I'll go ahead and get that now. And then I'm gonna move the rock crusher over here actually, and start changing out this starting wire to the better wire. I'm actually going to be moving that carbon skimmer, so I'm not going to bother connecting it to that. Now, I can't get this through the door, so I'm going to start putting in some power transformers. And I'm not too worried about the heat that they're going to make, because this is a hot base anyway. So up here is where I plan on putting all of the incubators on this level and this level. Then I think it might have been Troy the engineer who I saw this from, but they stacked the incubators like this with a cycle sensor in the middle on this one automation wire, and they were all offset. So it gave each incubator just enough time to be lullabied, and then the power was cut, so it reduces power consumption and heat production. Now I can start setting these to pips. Copy that over. And I'm actually going to make it a priority 4. This is more important than actually grooming the pips. Oh, that's why research stopped. We don't have any more water. Forgot to put in a pitcher pump here. I'm gonna dig this out to make it a little neater. And then get in pitcher pump. That should be on a little bit of a higher priority too. Are you stuck? You're gonna be stuck. They can't get up this. Ah, Dupes. Okay, he's fine. Never mind, we're okay. There we go. Now we got some automation to work with. So, cycle sensor. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now the way this is supposed to work, if I do the activation time starting at 0, activation duration 10. If I go to the next one, activation time starting at 10 now, so after this one's completed its duration, this one will take over, and it will also have a duration of 10. And then the next one will start at 20 for 10, and 30 for 10. Because they don't need to be on all the time, just long enough to be lullabied. And food is starting to decline. Let's turn this back on. Alright, so these two will turn on. Joshua should come over and lullaby them if they're not already lullabied. Looks like, yeah, they're both lullabied. This one's lullabied, so once this switches over to here, this one should generate a task request, or errand. There it is. We should see Joshua come up here. Come on, don't make me a liar. There we go. Yep. And then it'll switch over to this one. And this one should generate an errand. As long as he's not busy with something else. Here he comes. Beautiful. Alright, so when they're lullabied, incubation rate goes up by 400%. So if we look at the change per cycle, it's now 25%, so it'll hatch in just 4 cycles instead of the 20 from being on the ground. Which means we'll get more pips sooner, which means more pips later, which means potentially the carnivore achievement. Now, I want to get the hatch ranch in place here, but I need to be very careful not to destroy this tree. I need at least one arbor tree that has branches on it, because these pips are going to start to starve, because these growing in their ranch here don't have any branches yet. So I'm going to keep this one so that I can relocate them periodically just to eat the branches on this one. 2 idle dupes. Okay, let's get started on that ranch here. This one's in the way, so it has to go. But I'm not going to put the ranch here like I was planning. I'm going to move it down 1 to preserve that tree. But we can break over towards it. And again, this needs to be 24 wide. And then doors on the outside there. So it looks like we're going to start breaking into this caustic biome. I don't know if I want to release the Drekos yet. Ranching them is a little more complicated. I'd have to naturally plant mealwood with pips, and then have a layer of hydrogen at the top so that they can regrow their scales. Or, wait a minute. Maybe that's only if they're plastic Drekos. So they could eat pinch of peppers or balm lilies. But the glossy Dreko... yeah, that's the one that has to eat the mealwood. Okay, so I could use balm lilies, but again, they'd still have to be wild planted. Let's see, do I want Rowan researching anything? And I don't really need anything. I can just have him wander around the base doing random tasks. I guess I could do improved ventilation to get ready for the self-powered oxygen machine. Yeah, we'll do that. Did my game just crash? Come on. Well, at least it happened right after an autosave. Oh, there's another geyser down here. Wow. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 immediately next to me. I have a feeling none of them are going to be useful. I already know one of them isn't. Oh, look at that. We have our first pipsqueak. Excellent. Okay, I think I'm ready to dig up this hatch now. Let's get you wrangled up and moved over here. Then for your diet, I'm gonna set these up to be dirt. I want to turn these guys into sage hatches. That way they can be sustained by the pips. How did you get there? Oh my god. Critter starvation. So this is what I was talking about. This pip right here is starting to starve. So I need to relocate them over to this tree. That way they can eat the branches. They'll stop starving, then I can put them back. Because I don't want to turn them into meat quite yet. God damn it. Alright, I'm starting to get some idle dupes, because I just don't have anything for them to do right now. So I think this might be a good place to stop for this episode. I was able to get in some good pip farms here, incubation is going, and I've removed duplicate labor from power generation. Starting to use up this hydrogen. Oxygen pressure is looking okay. We have a way of dealing with CO2. Water is the big concern now, so once this pool expires, I did find another one down here, then I have got another one over here. I really need to find a renewable source via a geyser. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you learned something, and thanks for watching.